You are listening to your New Puppies Podcast, starting you and your dog off on the right paw. Here's your host, Debbie Salento.
Hello and welcome to episode 109 of your New Puppies Podcast. I'm Debbie, and today we're going to talk about 3 different things that I wish every puppy owner knew in week 1. Essentially, what really matters and is going to make a difference, and what doesn't really matter and isn't going to make a difference and you don't have to address right away. Because this is the time, of course, we're so excited. We've been waiting for this moment. We're all set up. We've read the books. We have the supplies and we're ready to go. But we're also going to be exhausted. You're going to probably forget everything you've learned in the moment, but you still have this feeling of, I want to do this right. So a lot of times we overcompensate or we focus on the wrong things. And that's what this episode is here to correct. All right. And good news is I think these things, it's going to make your life easier in this moment of chaos. So this is a little bit of an extension of my last episode where I talk about what it really means to prepare for your puppy. Because what that episode is doing is preparing you for this first week. Okay, so let's just dive right on in. So the first thing that I wish every puppy owner knew or understood is that your puppy's freedom is not guaranteed. They need to earn it. And if you've been listening to me for a while, this one does not come as a surprise for you. So let me explain. A lot of times when our puppy comes home, we think, well, this is their home now, and they should get freedom. They should be able to explore it. They should be able to run around the kitchen while we're in there. There also might be a little bit of guilt if you don't allow that. But the reality is that giving them too much freedom opens up the potential of more issues. So more accidents, more things chewed on and destroyed, maybe even a vet visit because they ate something they weren't supposed to, which is then going to cause more stress for you, more frustration, and maybe even a little resentment towards the puppy because you feel like you can't even sit down and have a cup of coffee, or you can't even watch TV for 10 minutes. And I believe this happens because when we got our puppy, we didn't imagine them locked up in a pen or a cage. We imagined them snoozing on the couch while we cooked dinner, or, sitting on their bed while we were answering emails. But this is where I need to remind my clients that you have a puppy right now, not a dog. You will get there. You will eventually get there, but that is not where you are now. What we do now is what gets you there. And restricting their freedom and keeping their world small and controlled is going to help you prevent some bad habits. And as you start to trust them, as they start to learn the house rules, as they start to grow up a little bit, because the reality is that puppies don't have self-control right now. They are going to do dog things because that is all they know until we start to teach them otherwise, until we show them otherwise. And that takes a little while. So in the meantime, we protect our puppy and our stuff and our house and our own stress level by keeping their world small and growing it slowly as they grow, as they learn, as they build trust with you. So there should be no guilt about keeping this structure because this is what preserves that bonding and that good relationship and that good puppy. It doesn't delay it, it creates it. Okay, number 2, this is probably my big one, okay, is building habits matters more than teaching your cues and commands. So many times, I get the phone call, or I get the email about somebody who has a new puppy, and they list all the things they want to teach them. We want to teach them sit and stay and place and come and all of those, which those are important things to teach. But when your dog is a puppy and just came home, those aren't your priorities. And this is understandable too that it happens because teaching cues feels productive. It's something we can wrap our mind around, right? It has a beginning and an end. They don't know the cue and now they do. So when we think of training, that's what we think of. And that's why you'll actually hear me use the word raising your puppy, because I don't want you to be stuck and that's what you need to be doing. Right now, it's more about building habits. It's about the crate training and the potty training. It's about teaching them they should be chewing on their toys and not your hand. And this kind of stuff, it feels invisible. There's no like checkbox that we can say, okay, we're done. So because it's a little bit more abstract, we don't really consider it training our puppy when it totally is. Having a regular dinner time routine, that's part of training your puppy, raising your puppy. Teaching them that their crate is the place to rest. That's part of training your puppy. And those are the things that you want to focus on. In fact, I have an episode 55, because if you're like, I'm not grasping this, I actually have 3 things to teach your puppy from day 1. And it's attention, impulse control, and being handled. So those are 3 things that you can focus on. As you can tell, none of them are a cue, none of them are a command, but there are things that you can do with your dog that teaches them very important puppy skills. So that's playtimepause.com/episode 55. I will link it in the show notes as always. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't be teaching your puppy any commands the first week. If you have the bandwidth, if your puppy is loving it, then do it with them. But if you're finding you're getting frustrated or you're feeling behind or your puppy isn't really into learning that just yet, then don't worry about it. Focus on getting them enrichment, some socialization, teaching them what to chew on. Again, daily routines. Those are the things that you focus on. And those are the things you're going to naturally be doing anyway. So most of the time with this one, I'm taking some things off your plate. And I hope that feels good. And number 3, a little bit related to number 1, but it's that confinement and supervision are your most important tools. And they're tools that should be used. So this one comes a lot from the guilt of using the crate too much. Now, first of all, if you're wondering if you're using the crate too much, you're probably not. Because if you care that much, then you were not. The type of owner who puts their puppy in the crate for 8 hours at work and then comes home and then puts them back in the crate so they can go to the dinner and then comes home and puts them back in the crate to go to bed, that's a little too much if that's happening on a daily basis. I'm talking about using the crate and using this confinement to keep them safe and to help with potty training and to teach them to self-soothe, to relax on their own. And it gives you a break, okay? Because the other side of it is supervision. If your puppy isn't confined, then they need to be supervised, and that's on you. And you have to constantly be diligent, especially this first week, especially with these young puppies, because of the potty training, because of the chewing, because they're going to get into everything. And besides the training and habit building part of that, it's not safe. So when you're able to use the crate, use confinement, that gives you a break. You can go take a shower, or you can have your cup of coffee, or you can just go and be by yourself for 20 minutes without the puppy right there. Because sometimes we need that, and that's okay. Because if you give yourself that, at the end of the day, you're a better puppy owner. That's why there's confinement. See, they work together. They work in a little loop. And that's it. Those are the 3 things I wish every puppy owner knew and understood week 1. It's freedom is earned. It's not automatically given. That building habits is more important than teaching cues. And that supervision and confinement are your 2 most powerful tools. And that is all I have for you today. Now, if you're about to be in this first week, or maybe you're in the first week or 2 of having a puppy, and you're realizing you might want some extra personalized support, that is why I have my Your Perfect Puppy program. Not only do you get all the lessons and what you should do the first 4 weeks, but you get access to me to help keep you on track, keep you focusing on the correct things, and to support you when things seem to fall apart. You can check out more information on that at playtimepause.com/puppy. As always, if you are enjoying this podcast, you can rate and review it wherever you listen, and that helps other puppy owners find the podcast. I thank you so much for listening. I'll speak with you soon. Bye for now.